bright and sunny day as we come to you from Arizona. Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA Live on 2K Sports. And our broadcast team tonight, Greg Anthony here to my left and Steve Smith to my right. And the Hall of Famer David Aldridge along the sideline. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Miami. Solid start to the season so far, sitting in 6th place.
And you know, for the Heat, they've made such fantastic progress this season. To see them so close to the top of the standings at this stage, what a surprise.
Well, it's not surprising to them. Since day one of this season, these players and coaches have said they view themselves as one of the league's top teams. And it looks like they're right there.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, guys, since Devin Booker's been in the pros, he's been able to show his ability to create. He said at Kentucky, all I shot was catch-and-shoot threes. I was fitting in with my team, playing off of others. But my dad always taught me the fundamentals. I don't want to rely on one thing. Being good at everything is how you earn your spot on the floor. Kevin?
He's doing it all, D.A. Thanks. Always an intriguing part of the early season, Steve. Teams that are outperforming the expectations, and they look much different than we thought they would.
Yeah, you have those teams, and that's what you love. Those teams, all of us experts, we say where they're going to finish. They end up 3 or 4 slots up. And then those are the teams that just get that momentum. They get going. They have great team chemistry, and they outdo our expectations.
So here's Miami's starting group. In the middle, it's Olynyk and Adebayo. Filling out the wings, it's Waiters and Butler. And it's Dragic in at the point. And for the Suns, inside, Saric and Baines. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. And it's Oubre in at the small forward position. Now here's Oubre after the miss from Goran Dragic. Oubre passes to Baines. And that one, good.
And the fireworks begin. Should be an amazing show tonight.
How good is it to see the first one go through the net?
Now here's Adebayo. Now Dragic. And Baines pulls it down. Booker outside. To the wing right side. Passes it to Saric. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Rubio. Shoots over Dragic. Off the left rim and out. For the Heat, their last game a loss to the Nuggets in Denver.
Yeah, in that one, the shot selection wasn't terrible, but they had to tighten it up. Did not happen.
They never really got into a rhythm, despite trying a few different things. Sometimes it's just not your night.
Good work there as it goes.
Man, I'll tell you, when you get your floater game going, it's a tremendous weapon.
The Heat have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Pass to Adebayo. Waiters outside. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Floats it up for Waiters.
He's built for offensive outbursts. Waiters working on his patience and unselfishness, but the tools are there.
Rubio, the pass to Saric. Now the pass to Oubre. Buries the long-range jumper.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Now here's Waiters. 11 points for him in that last game against the Nuggets in Denver.
In Miami last year, they had a shooting problem. Bottom 3rd in the league in field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, and free throw percentage. Hard to win that way in today's league.
Steve, when you look at the Heat's roster, what you really see is a lot of toughness, length, and athleticism.
Yes, all of that's great as long as you can also put the ball in the net. Now we know roster construction is a fluid thing, Miami has a talented front office. They leave no stone unturned in trying to build a championship contender.
That free throw missing. No good on the second free throw. Greg, for the Phoenix Suns, with a franchise-high 9-year playoff drought, there is pressure on this team to find their way out of that long rebuild.
And their moves on draft night, they raised some eyebrows. They've got some young talent, but can new coach Monty Williams turn them into a winner? Long-suffering Suns fans certainly hope so.
Here's Saric, following the score by Miami. Pass to Booker, jacks up a three. Rebound by Butler. And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Heat. Here's Waiters. Tries again. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
We know Dion Waiters has the type of body that can absorb contact, and it doesn't affect the shot.
And Booker kicks to Oubre. Here's Baines. He's guarded by Adebayo. Baines passes to Rubio. Here's Booker. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
And now a chance to look at Jimmy Butler. Coming off a terrific season. Averaged about 18 points a game. 5 rebounds and 4 assists. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Because he gives you someone to build your offense around. You can count on his nightly production.
Fires from 14. Here's Adebayo. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Suns trail by 4. And here is Saric. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And good that time.
And how about capitalizing there in close? Saric has the touch to take advantage from just about anywhere.
Steve, nothing finer than having a star on your team who also makes everyone else feel better, feel involved, right?
You're totally right, Kevin. I talked to a lot of these general managers and owners, and they talk about they're looking for the unselfish star. Not just the star, the unselfish star. And what they mean by that, on the court, off the court, the guy that understands it's about team versus him.
Passes it to Rubio. Here's Booker. Rubio outside. Clock at 6. Shoots over Dragic. And it's Dragic with the rebound. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. To the paint. And the dunk by Olynyk.
Pretty tall point guard. Goran Dragic sees the entire floor. Terrific look.
And Rubio kicks to Saric. Pass to Oubre. Rubio outside. Shoots over Dragic. Kept alive. The Heat leading by 4. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Dragic has got 5 points so far.
I love how Jimmy Butler let the play develop, how he's learned to trust his vision.
Saric looking around. The pass to Booker. Phoenix no good that time either.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off. Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
They're playing well. They're building momentum. This is how they can turn a small lead into a big one.
Here's Baines. The dish to Saric. Back to Baines. Booker in the corner. Fires for 3. Phoenix no good that time either.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Dragic dishes to Olynyk. Fades away. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Rubio with a wide open look. Phoenix, no good that time either.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Whoa!
Goodness.
Beautiful, beautiful. Put this guy in the dunk contest. Jimmy Butler is ready to win it all.
Now here's Booker. Shot to stop the run, and the last-second attempt does not go in for him. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. It's the Heat, up by 10. 2K Sports. You learn about Jimmy Butler, a difficult journey to where he is.
Basketball, that's that. It always took my mind.
Boy, you hear that so often, don't you, Greg? Between those lines can be an escape from the outside world.
And in the end, Butler's obsession became his escape. Maybe why he remained so devoted to the game.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
On the floor for Miami, we've got Justice Winslow. Myers Leonard is out there with Bam Adebayo. And it's Hero in at the shooting guard position. Here's Booker. Not a good performance from him in that loss to Philadelphia. Still a very tough night shooting for him. That makes him 1 for 8 now.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control. And last year, a bit of a pivot for Justice Winslow in terms of his game. Found one of the better ways he could contribute to the team is through his developing playmaking skills.
Here's Hero. No good on the three. Suns trail by 12. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Booker the pass to Carter.
I see him.
Kaminsky with the ball. Covered by Winslow. The 17-footer. That one off the back iron and out. And for Winslow, he filled in at the point when Dragic was injured last season.
And Winslow looked really comfortable in that playmaking role. We know he struggled with his shooting, but when he can contribute with his passing, it adds another layer to his game.
To the wing on the left. Diallo inside. He's covered by Leonard, and it's blocked. They recover it. Here's Booker. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Booker's got his second basket of the night.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Winslow, the pass to Nunn. Good, and the nice assist from Winslow. Winslow's got 3 assists now in this one.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Booker outside. Banked in off the glass. Booker's got 4 this quarter.
Beautiful call that time up the floor. The hard screen frees him up for the bunny.
Nunn passes to Adebayo. Here's Hero. Defended by Booker. Hero passes to Nunn. Over Carter. Again, the Heat good for 2.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Suns. It's a 14-point game, and this is their first time matched up with this year's Heat team.
Yeah, this is a great rivalry, guys. I mean, even though they're in opposite conferences, you look back and these teams have a lot of history.
4 on the clock. Here's Booker. Again, the miss by Booker.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
The Suns have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. and he uses the glass on the layup. Booker's got 8.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
And for the Heat, the offensive production over the years just hasn't been there consistently.
Let's just look at last season, for instance. 26 in the league in points. They tried to make up for it with a great defense and rebounding. But if you're not explosive offensively these days, it just keeps your opponent in the game.
And how about the burst in that first step, just right to the rim?
Pass to Bridges. Kicks it to Booker. From past the arc. Again, the miss by Booker.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
1:49 left in the second quarter. Here's Hero. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Suns. And while we've got this moment here now, let's take a look at last season's leaders in converting turnovers into points. Fourth, the Suns.
And they turned all those mistakes into points at the other end. That aggressive style really yielding big dividends.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Tyler Johnson, he's checked in for Devin Booker, and Ricky Rubio subbed in for Carter. Olynyk, he's checked in for Miami. Here's Diallo. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Shoots the three, sinks the three-pointer. Nunn's got 7 now in this quarter.
Shutout in the first quarter. He's heating up now. I like the aggressiveness.
Up top, Diallo. Olynyk is covering. Diallo kicks to Johnson. Phoenix, no good that time either.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Nunn passes to Olynyk.
And you watch Olynyk play, and he has the skill set of a stretch 4. Solid enough from outside, although he struggled last season, can give a team a different look from the post spots.
The Heat shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. And that one falls for Olynyk. Phoenix making some changes. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Frank Kaminsky. Saric comes in for Diallo. And Oubre subbed in for Bridges. Rubio right side. He drains the quick shot. Rubio's got his first basket.
Interesting play call. Working Rubio off ball for the jumper, giving the defense a little different look.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Leonard looking around. Here's Dragic. The rebound by Johnson. Suns trail by 16. Rubio outside. Oubre on the wing. Here's Johnson. And so it's Miami with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. What a night. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K. So it's Miami who's out on top at the half. They're leading by 16. Kenny, what do you think?
How good are these guys on the fast break? They're pushing the ball, finding the open man, finishing strong. They're at a breakneck pace, and if they can maintain this level of intensity in the second half, blowout city.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Phoenix?
Not pretty to watch how they get torched in the low post, Ernie. When they were playing defense in the post, you know me, Ernie. Barbecue chicken alert, barbecue chicken alert. This team is going to have to up the pressure, play more physical in the second half.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And you look at Adebayo, what a contribution.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
I have to credit them for their patience offensively. They understood the matchup, and they took the necessary time to exploit it.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Inside, Saric and Baines. And it's Oubre in at the 3. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Heat leading by 16. Here's Dragic. And Baines pulls it down. The Suns shooting a low 30% mark from the field. Pass to Rubio. Here's Baines. He's guarded by Adebayo. And Baines kicks to Saric. Phoenix needs to get off a shot. Rubio misses. The Heat shooting one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. Here's Waiters. It's tipped. Oubre finds Booker. Rubio with it. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Hey, Smitty, every NBA player has their Mount Rushmore. Every NBA fan does. The 4 players they consider the best of all time. So I'll ask you, who is on your NBA Mount Rushmore?
I would say Michael Jordan, Kevin, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Kobe Bryant. Those are my 4.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Saric dishes to Rubio. Saric against Dragic. And with that, the Heat lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Saric. For Miami, they've gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Waiters passes to Butler. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, they say players are made in the summertime, and that's Jimmy Butler's favorite time of year. He calls it grimy season, gets out in the country, and puts in that work.
And, Greg, those summertime workouts for Butler, they are something.
I mean, they sure are. He calls them bandanas and buckets. Grows his hair out, 2-a-days, hot yoga, intentionally isolated from the hustle and bustle of the big city. It gives him an excuse to really just lock in.
And it's Dragic with the ball for the Heat. Trying to get open is Butler. Dragic gets the bucket. Dragic has got 7.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Rubio outside. Pass to Booker. Fires the 3. Rebound by Olynyk. Olynyk's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Dragic kicks to Olynyk. Booker against Waiters. Outside Butler. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Baines has got 4 rebounds in this game.
Very cold start to the second half. 1 for 5, looking for some continuity.
Feeds it to Butler. Trying to get open is Adebayo. And Butler gets it to go on the assist by Waiters. 7 points in the game.
Those 220 pounds came in handy. Jimmy Butler using his big body and muscling those tough shots.
Booker finds Baines. Back to Booker. Looking to get back on track here. They get it again. And terrific work on the offensive glass when he picks up 2.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
Dragic dishes to Butler. The pass to Waiters. Good D by Rubio.
His inability to make shots has not brought this team down. That shows you their resourcefulness.
And you have to get Saric out of the paint. Once he's inside, he's ready to take it home.
Rubio against Dragic. Kicks it to Waiters. And a miss there on the triple. Suns trail by 13. In the corner, it's Oubre. To the inside, Saric. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Saric has got 8.
He is really shouldering the load on the offensive end and doing an outstanding job. But he needs the rest of his team to step up.
Well, they're pass it to Dragic. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Saric.
Well, when you watch Goran Dragic play, you can tell the precision that he has with his movement and footwork. But as pretty as his game is, he has a bit of edge to him. Very fiery player.
Free throw drops for Goran Dragic. And Smitty, as you alluded to with Dragic, he's gotten in more confrontations than you would think.
He's a scrapper and does whatever it takes to win. Reminds me of a little bit of John Stockton with that mentality. But that's exactly the kind of mindset you want from your lead guard.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Kaminsky comes in for Aaron Baines, and it's Johnson in for Booker.
Well, he was a champion in Italy. We see what Dragic has done in the NBA. He's had a solid career, and he's still evolving.
And it's sent back by Leonard. Butler against Rubio. Hits it from about 6 feet away. 9 points in the game so far.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They've came in focused, and they've executed.
Kaminsky kicks to Oubre. A three-pointer, no good.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back.
Leonard with the bucket.
Good setup by Goran. Keeps himself under control, makes the right decision.
Rubio outside, dishes it to Johnson. Kaminsky finds Oubre. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Last season, we saw Kelly Oubre get traded to the Suns. That was a surprise success for both him and the team.
Oubre came in and gave the Suns that defensive spark they so desperately needed. The long arms, he can get in the passing lanes, and he plays with tremendous energy, and they love him.
And the Suns making a change here. Bridges checks in, and he sinks the second. There's 45 seconds left in the third. Dragic looking it over. He dishes it to Winslow. Bridges against Butler. Fires the 3. The Heat with a fresh 14. Suns trail by 15. Johnson dishes to Rubio. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range, the shot no good. And so it's Miami. Their lead at 15 going into the break. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Now Butler. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. On the court for the Heat, Butler in a lane, the forward duo. Justice Winslow out there with Hero. And it's Leonard in at the center position.
Talk about making halftime adjustments. You love what they're doing with him now offensively.
Rubio against Winslow. Rubio misses.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Pass to Hero. Passes to Butler. Shot clock at 6. Launches it. But he stays with it. Here's the teardrop. And he lays it up and in. Butler's got 9 points here in the second half.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Rubio, the pass to Oubre. Some solid defense from Butler.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
Here's Oubre, and finished off by Oubre.
Crossing up the defense, and that's what you expect from Rubio. Terrific vision.
The Heat leading by 17. Outside Butler. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Fade away. That doesn't go either for Butler.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
You know, if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points. Not just selling for something along the perimeter. Excellent job.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Mikal Bridges. That's his first foul. Phoenix making some changes. Aaron Baines comes in for Frank Kaminsky, and it's Booker in for Tyler Johnson. The Heat also changing it up. Adebayo is checked in for Leonard, and it's Waiters in for Justice Winslow. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Adebayo finds Waiters. Just 5 on the clock. From deep. They get it back. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And here's the upcoming schedule for the Heat. On Friday, they'll go up against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. And then on Tuesday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Detroit Pistons.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best, but if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run.
Steve, we're seeing teams around the league putting up a lot of three-point shots. I'm sure you would have enjoyed playing in this era so much with that green light shooting threes.
I would, Kevin. Getting a chance to shoot maybe 5 or 6 more three-point field goal attempts takes your numbers up. But I also think a lot of these teams are copycats. Everybody can't shoot the three. Work on your game and what's best for you.
Shots good by Hero.
Well, they've won the battle of transition buckets, and those easy points have helped them build this lead.
It's such an advantage when you can get out and run and get a good look before the defense can set up.
For 3, Bridges. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Bridges has got his first 3 points of the game.
You just can't afford to leave open shooters in this league. Everyone is practicing the three.
And Waiters kicks to Butler. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And you look at Jimmy Butler. He's about 6'8", about 230 pounds. Great size on the wing.
And he keeps himself in tip-top shape. His strength, one thing I'm not sure the casual fan even recognizes.
That free throw, no good.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
Goran Dragic is checked in for the Heat. And the second free throw, good.
What I like about Jimmy Butler, he excels on both ends of the floor.
Up top, Rubio. He's guarded by Dragic. Here's Saric. Cans it from short range.
And that's an important rebound, especially on a night where the board work has not been their best.
Dragic the pass to Butler. And Baines pulls it down. Baines has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Down low, Saric, and slam dunk by Saric.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Dragic kicks to Butler. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Butler's got 7 points for the quarter.
I like the way he came off that pick, been able to stay on balance, rise up, and knock down the shot.
Booker against Waiters. And with that, the Heat lead is cut back down to 12 as they get that one from Devin Booker.
Poor interior defense. If you play him soft, he's going to kill you.
And it's Dragic bringing up the ball for the Heat. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. We've got 1:48 left here in the 4th quarter. Haters no luck. The Suns running out of time. And here is Bridges. Rubio finds Booker. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Now, here's Dragic. Waiters surveying the D. Outside Butler. Pass to Dragic. Good ball movement here by Miami. Shoots. And it's Butler missing.
He looked just a little out of rhythm. He's still trying to establish consistency from there.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for Miami.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Butler.
Hard not to be impressed by what he did tonight. He was aggressive, he was efficient, and the defense had no answer.
A platoon swap here for Phoenix. Oh, trying for it. It's going to be out of bounds. The Suns will retain possession.
That's what happens when nothing goes your way. You start to lose focus, and it makes matters worse.
Robinson's checked in for Kelly Olynyk. Johnson inside. Working on Jones. Misses from close range. Pulls up. And that one hits back iron.
Yeah, well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sideline about why he took that shot.
Low percentage chance. If it's not there, give up the rock. Trust your teammates.
Here's none. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Jimmy, you have been outspoken about the need for maximum effort. Was it part of your plan to grab wins like the one we saw tonight?
It wasn't a part of my plan, but whatever works, works. I think we got a bunch of talented guys, and at times we forget how hard we got to play. On the road, at home, this is how we got to play basketball.
Jimmy, thanks for the time, man. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for